You feel so powerless. You feel so powerless when you're like, come on, dude, it's been 22 years. You the country up. Let somebody else take a shot at it, you know? Oh my God. Of course, is never leaving.
Turkey, it's been 10 days since Istanbul's opposition.
Let's talk about Turkey and the protest movement in Turkey.
Imamoglu was initially detained, sparking nationwide protests. This is a scene this Saturday, a massive rally taking place. Since Imamoglu's original detention, there's been a crackdown on dissent, police raiding homes. Nearly 2,000 people have been arrested. That repressive response has been sharply condemned by human rights groups as well as political leaders abroad. Protests underway this Saturday. Let's speak to our correspondent, Jasper Mortimer, standing by in Ankara.
Thailand.
Jasper, just a quick question for you. How are the protests going this Saturday?
Well, they've gone peacefully so far, and it has been a massive rally. According to the main speaker, the official leader of the opposition, Hasan, there were 2.2 million people there in Maltepe, a district of Istanbul on the shores of the Marmara Sea. Behind the speaker's podium, you can see the ships at anchor in the Marmara Sea. On Monday, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan predicted that the opposition protests would fizzle out. But I think from the size of today's demonstration, the opposition has proved that wrong. During his speech, Özel said things like, "Let's show Ekrem Imamoglu, the mayor of Istanbul, who's now in prison, and the dictator, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, how numerous we are." He also said that in the coming presidential elections, the opposition wants a brave opponent. And by that, he means that President Erdogan is a coward for arresting Imamoglu and putting him in prison so as to reduce his chances in the election. Then the third thing he said is, those who resist the coup makers defend democracy and the future. Towards the end of his address, just before I had to come here, he accused state television and the most popular private channels, NTV and CNN Turk, of
This is not an accusation, it's just facts, by the way.
betraying Turks. And he said, here, as I'm speaking to you now, NTV is showing a weather forecast. And I changed to the NTV channel, and Hazel was right. There was a weather forecast. A few minutes later, NTV began its news report, and Ekrem Imamoglu was item number 4. And NTV did not show anything about this crowd. Instead, it showed pictures of protesters in the earlier protests this week of being arrested and frog-marched into jail. And the commentary was talking about how protesters will get sentenced from anything like 3 months in jail to a year in jail. In other words, it was making the point that to demonstrate against the government is a dangerous business. But it was not showing the massive demonstration going on today. I changed to CNN Turk, and again, the opposition politics was low down on the news agenda, but it was not showing the demonstration. Now, as a Turkish journalist, I can tell you, I find this shameful reporting.
All right, Jasper, thank you very much. Jasper Mortimer reporting from Ankara.
Layık kalacak. Sonuna kadar üzerinde beyaz gömleğim var. Sağlarız. Vatanın yolları şeriye.
Taşak mı geçiyorsun benle sen? Taşak mı geçiyorsun amına koyayım? Ciddi misin şu anda? Oğlum baksana önündekine. Neye bakıyoruz şu anda abi? Salak mısın? Now we got the same that you guys do all the time in English. Now we got Turkish chatters doing too. Pissing me off. What is the #1 troll in this chat? Oh, did you cover this? Can you please cover this? This doing it in Turkish now. I swear to God, bro. All of your brains are rotted. Pissing me off. God damn it. All chatters are brothers, it's true.
3 saattir biber gazı yiyoruz önünde. Bu düzene karşı gelmek için
All chatters are bastards too though.
hiçbir zaman başa inmeyeceğiz. 3 saattir biber gazı yiyoruz. Burada miting yapılıyor hala. Bir kişiyle bir tane başkan, kimse yardım. Orada insanlar konuşuyor. Buraya
İktidardan pahalı. O alanı hatırlayın. Özgürlüğün, eşitliğin, dayanışma hep birlikte kavuşturacağız.
Valla biz elimizden geldiğince polise iyi davranmaya çalışıyoruz ama suçsuz kim varsa gaz, plastik mermi yağdırıyorlar. Pankartlarımızla burada direniş için varız.
See, one of the big differences with authoritarian rule versus neoliberal rule is the false association with freedom that you have in a country like the United States of America. Everyone in Turkey, unless they're like super regime pilled, unless they're like dick riders of AKP, are very aware that the media serves the interests of the regime. So when regime media, private and public, state broadcasters or private corporations, don't actually cover these protests, that doesn't mean people are deluded into thinking that there isn't a lot of discontent. They see it. One, they see it because these protest moves are massive, but they're not oblivious to it. The reason why they're not oblivious to it is because they always are operating under the assumption that, yeah, the government is lying to me. That's what's so different about protests in liberal countries rather than more authoritarian countries. That overt authoritarianism creates natural skepticism, where you're automatically under the assumption that like these guys are going to lie to us, these guys are going to brutalize us, these guys are going to fuck us over regardless. And I would say the same thing about even a country like China. Remember when I told you that in a country like China, people by and large keep their heads down because they feel like the government has their back. But whenever there is like real discontent brewing, like during the COVID zero lockdowns in China, right? Those initiatives were brutal for a lot of average Chinese people. It was mostly the uncertainty from what I saw, like the uncertainty of like not knowing when they will be able to release, like when they will be able to open like an apartment complex once it's like been branded as being COVID unsafe, right? Things like that were truly frustrating for a lot of people. So they did, rise up. They rose up and got their demands met by the government. Now, the inverse of this, of course, is when the government doesn't respond to the fervor, the real populist mobilization, the real popular mobilization against the government. And increasingly in that process, they have to become more aggressive, more prosecutorial, more invested in like jailing dissidents and things like that. And that creates a timeline where the government can only continue the pressure for so long, it will inevitably collapse. That's where we're at right now. Either the Erdogan government responds to this public pressure inevitably and yields and releases Imamoglu and will eat away a lot of their popularity in the process, because like if they do that, then they're basically caving. The reason this is happening is because of the Mossad. A lot of Turkish people believe so, and don't forget that half of Istanbul owned by Jewish people. Hell yeah, we got Turkish Mossad guy. Yeah, no, totally, dude. Yeah, Recep Tayyip Erdogan is too aggressive a foe of Israel. That's why they want to overthrow him. Yeah, Mossad made Recep Tayyip Erdogan arrest his popular opposition after 22 years of being in power. Mossad did hyperinflation. Get the out of here. It's so funny. I wonder, that chat said Istanbul with an E. So I wonder if it's like a Turkish hog or one of these like weird Arab dudes who like Erdogan because they actually believe the marketing and think that Erdogan is actually an enemy of Israel. Because if you think that like Erdogan is an enemy to the state of Israel, you are so dumb. Erdogan basically packed up Syria at the behest of Israel and the United States of America, Israel's most important ally. Erdogan never stopped trade with Israel, despite aesthetically claiming to be against Israel and antagonistic to Israel, and even doing a boycott on Israel. Just because pro-Israeli accounts on Twitter are too stupid to recognize that doesn't mean that it isn't the case.
Burası kanunsuz bir eylem.
Yalvarırım. Ne olur canım ya, ne olur. Lütfen ne olur yapmayın, yalvarırım.
Devam et. Yaktır buradayız. Günlerdir 2 öğün biber gazı.
Hayvan. Tam ayı oğlum. Ayı oğlu ayı. Amına kodumun orospu çocuğu. Hayvan oğlu hayvan. İnsan değil lan. İnsan değil. Hayvan yani. Bayağı bildiğin dana, öküz, ayı, domuz. Polis lan. Ağlayan vatandaşa böyle mi davranılır? Önce ağzına sıkıyorsun biber gazını. Ondan sonra dönüp burada olmaman lazım. Hayvan işte.
Yemek yiyorum. Hazırlıklı geliyoruz. Her gün daha güçlüyüz. Gençlik burada. Siyasetçilere şunu söylüyorum. Gençlik burada biber gazı yiyor. Siyasiler nerede?
Aynen, polis her yerde polis amına koyayım. Aynen. Ya bu tam Amerikalılar da böyle hayvan oğlu hayvan.
Tutuklama başlı başına hukuksuzluktan ibaret. Sürecin tamamı hukuksuz ve haksız. Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'ın koltuk sevdası için çektiklerimiz hak ettiğimiz şeyler değil.
Bugün burada olmamızın tek nedeni umutsuzluğa düşüren bu düzene karşı bir ses çıkarabilmektir özünde. Bize siyasetle yıllar boyunca birbirimize düşüren ve bizi birbirimize saldırtan bu düzene karşı bir kere olsun beraber olabilmek için biz buradayız. Biz birlik istiyoruz. Yalanlara ya da bizim gazımızı almalarına ihtiyacımız yok. Bizim istediğimiz tek şey hep beraber haklarımızı, özgürlüklerimizi kazanmaktır.
Seçme ve seçilme hakkımızın gasp edilmesi, irademizin protek altına alınmaya çalışılması, iktidarın kendisine rakip gördüğü bir adayı.
Are Turkish police more brutal protesters than American police? Yes and no. I don't know if they've killed anyone yet, and the American police certainly did during BLM. So, in a way, they are way more... I mean, cops are cops everywhere. That was what the one chatter was saying. Like, this is the purpose. This is the entire reason why police exist. So, in some ways, I think that they're less lethal than the American police force is. That one is a certainty, by the way. And this isn't to defend the Turkish police at all. I'm not. They're animals. But I would say that they're less lethal than the American police by and large. But they still beat the out of protesters. It's like ruthlessly lynch them. German Turks are having a crash about the protests in the TikTok comments, calling the crowd size AI propaganda. Yeah, because German Turks don't live in Turkey. And they love Erdogan. They're stupid enough to think that Erdogan is actually bravely fighting against like Western imperialism. Okay, they've deluded themselves into thinking this. And they don't have to suffer from hyperinflation. So they just they literally are like, oh, Erdogan is great. He fights for my country. He fights for Turks all around. He fights for the Ummah, the entirety of the Muslim population. All laughable notions, by the way. And also, obviously, this is not all the German Turks, but like there's a big chunk of hogs out there. Klasik gurbetçiler. Amına koyayım. Oh wait, I'm in Ohio. Mal. Turkey is the only country left that can stand up against Israel. I don't like Erdogan either, but destabilize the country will open so many opportunities for enemies to step in. How when Angela Merkel plays neutral, that is considered... Wait, what? Please explain yourself. Turkey's not neutral, dummy. You're stupid. What are you saying? There has never been a moment where Turkey has demonstrated neutrality against the state of Israel. Turkey has always been an incredibly important ally to Israel. Turkey is a NATO country. You have deluded yourself into thinking that Erdogan is actually against Israel because this is all he does, okay? You never look at his actions. You only hear him go like this. You're going to think, oh, wow, this is the most anti-Israel guy on the planet. Holy shit. No, that's not playing both sides. That's being a liar. The only thing he's playing is his fan base that thinks that he's actually anti-Israel in any capacity. He's not. Actions are way more significant and way more important than words. What are you talking about? He does that for his own benefit. He does that no, that's not by playing both sides, dumb. If he was playing both sides, he would at the no. If he was playing both sides, he would actually incur genuine penalties on Israel. He has never done that. He has the capacity to stop the Bakü Ceylan Ceyhan Tel Aviv energy grid, okay? He could literally stop 40 to 50% of the entire energy grid of Israel. He could shut off the faucet from Azerbaijan through Turkish ports to Israel. Is how Israeli energy, how Israel gets its energy. They didn't do that. They never will do that. If he wanted to, he could actually stop trade like he claimed he was stopping trade to Israel instead of changing the manifest on all the ships from and claiming that they're actually going to Palestine when they're not going to Palestine. They're going to Israel. That's not playing both sides. That's playing one side and then playing you, okay? Playing you into believing that he's actually doing something material against Israel when he's not. That's just propaganda.
Bizler de oyumuza, irademize sahip çıkmak için
It's almost like the reverse in Turkey. You know how like in America, as long as you're pro-Israel, you can be anti-Semitic. In Turkey, they're like, well, he's anti-Semitic, so he's not pro-Israel. Like, Turks have the reverse opinion, where they're like, well, you know, Erdogan hates him and hates Israel.
İmamoğlu şahsında gasp edilmesi engellemek için buradayız.
Bana diyor ki Tayyip giderse dış güçler ülkeyi bitirecek. Oğlum bu en komik hareket bu abi. Gurbetçiler anlamıyor. Dış güçler zaten anasını sikti Türkiye'nin yıllardır. Soğuk savaştan beri Türkiye'nin anasını sikiyor dış. Türkiye NATO ülkesi. Neden Amerikan emperyalizminin köpeği Türkiye? Neden Amerikan base'leri var her yerde? İncirlik ne abi? Amerika'nın nükleer füzeleri bizim ülkemizde. CIA direkt olarak bir grup yakları ve MHP partisinin bütün gücü CIA'den geliyor. Yani böyle bir olay yok. Türkiye şu anda Erdoğan'ın altında Amerika'nın uşağı aslında yani. Dış güçler zaten kullanıyorlar Türkiye'yi. Bu nedenden dolayı Erdoğan gidiyor diyor ki abi İsrail'in anasını sikeyim bilmem ne falan diyor. Ondan sonra gidiyor İsrail'e yine götünü veriyor yani her gün. Neden veriyor? Dış güçlerden dolayı. Salak bu insanlar. İnanıyorlar adamın karpuz satıcısının söylediği şeylere inanıyorlar. Bu kadar basit yani. Bizde de var böyle. Liberaller vardı böyle şeyde Biden'ın altında. Dönüp diyorlardı ki Biden diyordu ki Netanyahu çok kızdım sana diyordu. Ondan sonra gidiyordu 2 trilyon 2 trilyonluk bomba veriyordu ertesi gün. Kızmış yani. Bana da böyle kızın amına koyayım. Ne güzel kızmış. Ondan sonra liberaller inanıyordu Biden böyle dediği zaman. Aynı bok. It's marketing.
Bugün otokrasiyi kabul etmediğim için buradayım. Ekrem İmamoğlu'nun bizim artık bu ülkede seçim olmayacağını kabul etmemiz anlamına geliyor. Bu otokrasiyi asla kabul etmiyorum. Cumhuriyet için buradayım. Geleceğimiz için buradayım.
Buraya gelme sebebim özel veya İmamoğlu değil. Kendi hakkımı bir Atatürk genci olarak savunmak için buraya geldim. İstenmediğin bir yerde durmanın çok da bir mantığı yok. Bence bırakılmalı.
Demokrasi güzel. Şu anda bir darbe var. O darbeyi enlemek için buradayız biz. Evet.
Bir şey yok burada. Herkes vurmayın.
Milletvekillerimiz alanlarda, şerli grup halinde tüm genç kardeşlerimizin yanında. Hiçbir arkadaş elinde sopa bile görmedim. Hiçbir şey yok. Ben hepsini görüyorum. Araya kendi partilerinden sokuyorlar ya da medyada algı yapıyorlar. Daha konuşma bitmeden, kritik bitmeden saldırılar başlıyor. Neden? Onlar vatan evladı değil mi? Değil mi? Ya onlar pudra şekeri falan çekmiyor. Onlar suça karışmıyor. Tek istekleri iyi bir gelecek. O yüzden buradalar. Anayasal haklarını kullanıyorlar. O yüzden ben polislerimize sesleniyorum. Yapmayın. Onlara kötü davranmayın.
Yeah, I don't think they're listening, bro.
Ve başımızdaki millet ne daha sonra gelecek muhalefetler. Hepsi aynı. Hepsi aynı şey ve hepsi yalancı. Hiç kimseye güvenmiyoruz.
Cumhuriyeti kaybettiğimizde bunun artık geri dönüşü yok. Biz artık son düzlükteyiz. Ben gerekirse her gün geleceğim. Bütün riskleri alır. Hiç kimse beni buradan alıkoyamayacak.
Demokrasiye yürekten veriyoruz. Demokrasi aşkı.
One good thing about these incidents is the ACAP movement has really grown in Turkey. I see everyone, including my friends, shitting on cops. There's a lot of ACAB 1312 graffiti all over the place. I counted like 18 a few days ago on a walk. Yeah. Hasan, emir kuluyuz biz diyorlar. They're saying they're following orders. They're a slave to their orders. That's what they're saying when they ask the cops directly. Why do you do this? It's funny though. ACAB is universal, like both in principle and also like ACAB, all cops are bastards, unironically is something that you see all around the world, even though it's in English. Like even in Turkey, they'll spray paint ACAB or 1312, which is American.
Biz AK Partisiz dine, CHP'siz Atatürk'e, MHP'siz tanımıza, HDP'siz Kürt'e hepsine sahip çıkarız. Biz halkız. Bizden değildir. Erdoğan'ı da istifaya davet ediyorum.
Biz halkla, oğluna, kızına, bu insanlara sahip çıkıyor. Sen neyiz?
Biz polise müdahale yapmadığımız sürece gelip bize biber gazı, küçük çocuklara, kadınlara tekme atıyorlar, taşla saldırıyorlar. Gece 2 gündür buradayım, gözaltına sabah çıktım, dün geç çıktım.
Kaç yaşındasın?
18. Hiçbirine hakkım helal değil.
Bugün buraya gelmemizin sebebi birinci paramızın değer kaybı. Ben de bir eylemci olarak Cumhurbaşkanı
Bro's rocking the Gucci hat, being like hyperinflation has hit us hard. I mean, no disrespect. I mean, respect.
makamına kimse buradayız. Adaletin yanındayız. Adaletli bir seçim istiyoruz.
Kesin sahte, pazardan almış. Kesin, %100. Is most likely a dupe. He probably got it at the bazaar.
Seçim öncesinde yapılardan dolayı buradayız. Kadınlara olan eşitsizlik, haksızlıklardan dolayı buradayız. Dergahlarda çocuklara istismarlardan, onlara haksızlıklardan dolayı buradayız. Yani biz bu ülkenin vatandaşıyız. Biz bu ülke için savaşırız. Biz buradayız, halkız. Biz de kim? Başka kim olacak? 15 Temmuz'da da çıktım, yine çıkıyorum. Haksızlığın nerede? Kendim için kalmadı hiçbir şey. Umut yok, hiçbir şey yok. Sadece 1300 lira para alıyorum, yemin ediyorum günlük. Yol param 300 lira, 1000 lira, 600 lira kenara koyuyorum kiramı ödemek için. 400 lira kalıyor. 400 lirayla sigara, işte yemek, öyle hayatta kalmaya çalışıyoruz. Ama yani ben doğduğumdan beri bu adam burada. Yani değişsin. Ben kötü demiyorum veyahut da bir şey demiyorum. Değişsin istiyorum.
It's so fun. I mean, he's right. He's like, this been in power since I've been born. I just want change, please. It's like such a normal take to have. Like, it makes total sense when you think about it. You're like, you feel so powerless. You feel so powerless when you're like, come on, dude, it's been 22 years. You the country up. Let somebody else take a shot at it, you know? Oh my God. Of course, is never leaving. Oh, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I fear that this will only escalate on the one side.
Ve Atatürk bulvarı üzerindeki gruba sesleniyorum. Toplanan grup. Dikkat, dikkat. Yollar araç trafiğine açılacaktır. Atatürk bulvarı üzerinde. Devam etsene.
There was a dude wearing an Akatsuki jacket that I own as well right here. Look. Pretty sure I saw it. Yep, that. Oh my God, I have the same one. That's crazy.
Saat gece yani artık yorgunuz lazım. Yani
I don't know why, like, this coalition also has like supposedly nationalist figures as well. People throwing up the Grey Wolves, but I am a little, like, I'm a little out of touch with all of the minutia of Turkish politics. So if there's any Turkish chatters in here, you can tell me why they're throwing up the Zafer Partisi diyemem. No chatters. Zaferciler iyi partililer onlar. So there's two different factions that broke away from the MHP. There's like two different nationalist, ultra nationalist factions. One is İyi, one is Zafer. And they also throw up the Grey Wolves symbol, but they're a part of the opposition now. İyi Parti altı kalmadı, Zaferciler onlar. Yeah, or I guess Zafer is like the victory party instead of İyi. Abi ülkücüler sokağa almış Kürtleri arayı bozmaktan başka bir bok yapmıyorlar, polisleri savunuyorlar. Çünkü işret MHP'nin değil Türklüğün sembolü. Peki abi. Çok iyi. Bayağı normalize etmişiz artık faşizmi. Helal olsun, ne diyeyim yani. Bayağı bildiğin adam diyor ki abi herkes yapıyor. Yani bu siz anlamıyorsunuz abi, bu şey millet hani Elon Musk attı ya Nazi hareketini. O aslında Aryanları sevdiği için, o Aryan sembolü aslında. Beyaz adamın sembolü aslında. Evet, Gen Z korkunç bir şekilde racist. Okay, normal, her yerde böyle amına koyayım. I'm terrified of like the new growing movement within Turkey. Even a part of the opposition amongst the youth is not like a liberal take or a socialist one, which would be far more preferable, but instead is like kind of fascist. Not even kind of.
Polis konuşuyor. Koruma sesleniyorum.
Yarın seni el çağrı yapacak nakiller planlanıyor. Bir iktidar düşünün ki 2025 yılında
Student-led protests turned nationwide democracy resistance with millions participating in Turkey. The Minister of Justice announced that 1,500 people were detained during the protests. Around 200 people were arrested. The opposition vows to continue protests. You know what's crazy, actually? You know what's crazy? Those numbers are, in comparison to how many people are protesting,
the president's tariff plan.
in comparison to how many people are protesting, those numbers are actually pretty low in comparison to America. In the United States of America, our government, under the Brandon administration, detained 3,500 protesters. They didn't permanently arrest them, as the Turkish government has seemingly done so to 200 people. But those protests weren't as large in comparison. Even though it was across the entire year, those protests weren't as large as this one here. Çünkü bizde silah yok AK. Onlarda da yoktu ki. Amerika'daki protestodan bahsediyorum. In school, I'm talking about the student activism, like specifically the school protests. Isn't that a total compared to just one day? Yes, but I'm saying the number of participants as opposed to how many people were detained is smaller, I think. But look, the point is that the benefits for the government are the same. They're doing it so that, you stop protesting. They want to penalize you for protesting. They want to punish you for protesting, so you stop protesting. That's the whole goal. That's the sole purpose. That's what is known as the chilling effect. Abi silah olsa vurup vurulmayan mı kalır bizde? Aynen. Bizde de böyle ama. Vuruyorlar vallahi. İyi değil. It's not a good thing to have guns. I don't think it's a good thing. It's just interesting seeing like people throw up fascist symbols while also resisting against the authoritarian nature of the Erdogan government. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. But I guess that's how universal the pain is for Turks in general. Çünkü Erdoğan da faşist yani. Faşistin önde gideni. Anyway. Hasan abi, neden Türkiye'deki Türkler Türk dışındaki insanları seviyor ve kozmopolit bir topluma karşı çıkıyor? Ne? Are the people throwing up fascist symbols the small business owners? No, they're young. They're the youth. They're the youth, which is even more dangerous in my opinion. The fact that they're like the youth is scarier.